Hello, 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 hello. It's working. Sorry, that is not very professional. Hi, my name's Fiona. Welcome to Tea with Fee, live at 5 in Make It So HQ. So, my first thing I want to say is thank you, because you guys subscribe to my channel to make it possible for me to go live on my phone. So for anybody that's been following the journey, I needed 50 subscribers to be able to go live on my phone. And I got to 50 a few weeks ago, but then went to go live on my phone and it wouldn't work. So I checked it the other day and it was working. So that's why I'm going live today. So I am super excited about that because I feel like I'm back to where I was when I was doing them live in Facebook. So it's kind of nice just to be back and just chatting without pre-recording, because pre-recording it almost, I kept on pausing it or retaking it and was never happy with it. So this way I just kind of get on with it and it is what it is. So I want to chat to you this week about, and again, because it's live, it's much easier to just talk through what's happened this week. Because I'm talking to you on the day that I'm talking to you instead of like at the beginning of the week for Friday. So this week has been fabulous. I've been putting pictures on my stories on Facebook and Instagram of the Sew Like a Pro progress photos. And everybody is doing so well. If I work backwards from today, so it's Friday today, so I have Joyce. Well, I don't normally go to Joyce's on a Friday, but Joyce is off to sunny Spain for about 4 weeks, so I've seen her 3 times this week. And for those of you that haven't been following, Joyce is one of my sewing ladies. She's 94 and she knits and crochets and sews and does all the things, and I'm basically helping her to work her way through her to-do list. So she's going to Spain for 4 weeks and we were trying to finish the project that she's working on, which is a Manx Log Cabin Harry Potter quilt. So that went really well, and we're almost finished it. And this morning I had Alwyn and Christine here, and I've just put pictures on Facebook and Instagram of what they've been making just before this. So they were making the graduation bag and a gorgeous baby quilt. And then yesterday, which was Thursday, we had sewing in the morning, and I just had Charlotte on her own on Thursday because Nikki wasn't well. So Nikki, if you're listening, I hope you're feeling better. We missed you on Thursday. But Charlotte had the place to herself, and it's so funny because when you've got the place to yourself, you just use all the space. So she made herself quite comfortable in the space. So she was working on the Lewis and Irene tote bag. I will just show you one in a minute. Hang on. So she's making one of these. And this is actually a panel. And it's been so interesting to see how everybody actually is making these up, because loads of people have done different variations. So that's been fabulous. And these are Lewis and Irene patterns, panels. So she was working on that on Wednesday morning, and then we had crafternoon tea on Wednesday afternoon, which is Thursday, sorry, which is always fabulous. And then Thursday evening was Wendy and Fran, because Lynn couldn't make it. Fran had finished something else. She is on fire. Fran's finished another project, which is the little scrap bucket. One of these. So she's finished this for putting your scraps in, and it also fits your foot pedal for most machines, which works out quite well. You can just stick that in the machine. So she was working on that, and hubby's just waving at me and putting me off, so I'm just acknowledging that. So yeah, so she was making that, and she started on the pin cushion to go with it, which is this. And then it ties round your machine and you then have it right beside you. So she was doing that, and Wendy's doing some really lovely hand embroidery. And then that takes me back another day to Wednesday, which was back at Joyce's on Harry Potter. And Tuesday we've got Christine, Laura and Kaz on a Tuesday afternoon. And they have made fabulous projects. So Christine was on buttonholes, which were not going our way. And we also, Laura is making this as well. And both Laura and Charlotte are actually quilting them. So they're at that stage. And Kaz is working on, no, Kaz wasn't there. So it was just the two of them. And then, so that's Tuesday. And I was at Joyce's on Monday. So that's me worked backwards, which was a bit crazy. What I've been working on is a really random mixture. So I'm going to tell you what I've been working on. So I've been working on, I know it's April, but I've actually been working on putting the pockets on this advent calendar. So the top row is done. This is a Macour advent calendar panel. I think it was last year or the year before's. I think it was the year before last, because I think last year was the same idea but cats, but this one's dogs. So this is for my lovely friend Julie. So I'm just sewing on the pockets for her so that she wants to hand quilt it, but she didn't really want to put the pockets on, so I said I would put the pockets on. So I'm putting the pockets on that for her. The Blue Lady, if you are interested to find out what's happening with the Blue Lady, she is so nearly finished. How good does that look? So I've got to do this section here. The issue that I have is all the bits I need to do now, I need to concentrate. And it's like half a square, and then go up 2 squares and along a quarter of a square. And it's really easy to get it wrong. So it's definitely not a do and chat thing. So that is hopefully going to get finished over the weekend. I said out loud to Corin on Thursday that it would be finished by next Thursday. So I also vaguely remember saying that I was going to have it finished by the end of February. So, you know, we'll see how we get on. So this should hopefully be finished by Thursday. But because I needed another project to take to Crafternoon Tea, because I couldn't take that with me because it's too complicated, I started on this. How cute is this? So you can't see the picture properly, but I've showed you it before. It's from a cross stitch book, and I've not brought that with me. Cross Stitch for the Heart, I think it's called. And that's just so cheery. So I'm loving that. And I'm loving, look how nice this looks. I mean, look how cheery that is. It's just full of lovely, nice colours. And just a little shout out to Sue if she watches. Sue made me this little pincushion thing that attaches to your scissors. So that is really good. And I love it. And it's actually in really nice colours which go with my Make It So colours. So thank you, Sue. Very thoughtful. I've mentioned this before, but this is actually really useful, and I quite enjoyed winding all of my bobbins on with this when I was setting out this project. My word of advice when you're using this is this little box is a bargain. It's about £6, right? Perfect size, and it actually comes with the little cards in it as part of the price. However, they're cardboard and they do bend a little bit when you're using this. So if I was going to do it again, I would use the plastic ones because I think it would work better. It's done the job, and obviously the cardboard things come with it, so it did the job. But I would probably use the plasticky ones next time. So definitely recommend that, and I definitely recommend these little boxes. That box is a Millward one, but Hemline do them as well. I don't know if after I've gone live, because I've never done it before, I can go into the comments and put links into the things I'm talking about. Watch this space, people. So yeah, so I'm delighted with how that's going. I've just bought this cute little, look at that. It's a needle minder. So it's a magnet, but it's actually got, it's a cup of tea. And if you know me, you know how much I love my cups of tea. So I felt this was very appropriate. And if you look really closely, there are 2 biscuits on there, and they even say on the biscuit, rich tea. I mean, how's that for attention to detail? So love this. And that is actually the company that, and it comes in this cute little pouch. Look at that. Caterpillar cross stitch. And I got it off Amazon. So if anybody's looking for a cute little needle minder, Caterpillar cross stitch is the place to go. And then my final thing that I wanted to share with you today, that I had thought about. I mean, I'm not saying final thing and see you later, because you know what I'm like. This is not going to be the end. But the final thing I wanted to share with you was, I've tried out the embroidery stand, okay? So I might have to have a rearrange. We'll see if this works. Watch this space. Hi to those of you that are watching. I don't know where the comments are. So if you've commented, I can't see them. And I don't know who you are. But thanks anyway. I really appreciate the fact that I am not talking to myself. So thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and turn the camera around, and I'll show you the stand that I'm talking about. But what I'll do is I'll attach, so it's an embroidery stand for these. So I'm going to attach it to the stand first, and then you can get the idea. And the reason, so my friend Lisa lent me this. So thank you very much, Lisa. As discussed on Thursday, you'll get it back next week, because I've ordered my own, because I liked it that much. So this is really good, because if I show you this, oh, hi Elaine, thank you for not having me as Billy No Mates. I really appreciate that. Right, okay, so this is the stand, okay, so you can have it tabletop height, and you can sit and cross stitch quite happily. For anybody that's interested, this is my view. There you go. So that's the view. Anyway, back to the point. So this is the stand. Now, I'm just going to turn you back round again. What is so good about the stand is if I just do this. Right, so this is the stand. So you can just do this at tabletop height quite happily. Both hands are free. So you can go in and out and in and out and backwards and forwards, and that works really well. But because of this mechanism, this all moves. So you can actually put it on the floor. So when I'm sat in the house, this bit is on the floor, and you can put your feet on either side, and then you can adjust this bit to whatever height you want. And as you can see, it moves quite a lot this way, but you've also got this bracket here, so you can adjust the angle of the actual hoop as well. So I absolutely love it. So I've ordered one. The brand is Nurge. No idea if that's how you pronounce it. Nurge. And as I said before, if I can put it into the comments, I'll put it in the comments, the links to all the things. But I've been so impressed with that I've ordered one. And it folds flat, well, not flat, but it folds almost flat. And I've even tried it, and it will fit under my chair, because my chair's on legs, like little legs. So it slides under the chair, so it's kind of like out of the way when it's not in use. So I'm really impressed by that. So that is definitely a recommendation from me. So that is literally all I was thinking about sharing with you today, because I was more concerned about whether it was going to work as to whether or not what I was going to talk about. And I'm just that delighted that it has worked. So thank you for those of you that have said hi. So I've got Elaine, she said hi. I don't know who else is watching, but thank you anyway. And before I go, I'll give you a quick untidy tour of Make It Sew HQ, because I've not really been able to do that before. So for those of you that are interested, I'm going to just walk you around Make It Sew HQ. So I don't know whether to do it this way, and I've got to hold my tripod thing. So if I just, there, right. So I talk you through. So this is, it's not normally a mess. The reason that it's a mess is because when I'm doing tea with Fee, I have to have everything like to hand and out of the camera sight, so it doesn't normally look that messy. So let me just move my chair out the way. So this is where all the cutting out happens, and this cross stitch on the wall here that says Home Sweet Home, and there's another one hiding there behind that. They were Joyce's, so Joyce made them when she was at school and gifted them to me, which was lovely. So this is where we do the cutting out. This is my shop, if you like. So I did a stock take the other day, so I have got way more fabric than I realised. Hi Denise! Hi Lane! So yeah, this is all my pretty fabrics. And as you can see here, this is the panel that I was talking about earlier. And these are my sewing machine covers. Well, this is the cover stitch. This is the overlocker. And if you look closely, you can tell that they're the same fabric. So that's kind of like my favourite fabric, and I like matchy-matchy. And then I would love to know if everybody else has got a desk like mine that's actually rammed full of stuff underneath it. This is where I tend to do my sewing, and as I said before, it's never, when I'm sewing, it's normally tidy. This is only because I was crafting and teeing and need all the props at hand. That's my new sewing machine, but I will talk about that maybe next week and give you a little tour of the new sewing machine. It's a Bernina 550 something or other, I think. My clock was given to me as a gift by my lovely friend Hazel, and it's even got Make It Sew on it, so I love that. And she also got me this, her shed piece at last, so that was very thoughtful. Then if we move over here, I've got this Make It Sew open sign, which my first ever sewing group bought me as a gift when Make It Sew became a real thing, the HQ. And that was, they were called the Black Scissor Gang, and two of them still come on a Thursday night. So that's Lynn and Wendy still come, and Joe and I, we still see socially. We like to go and eat, basically, and drink and catch up. These are fabulous for keeping your threads on, and they are wall mounted, but they also have legs, so you can have them on the worktop as well. My little bobbin winder, got to have one of those if you are a knitter. And then if I just come round this way, this is the kind of casual seating area. My mother-in-law made me this lovely diamond art sewing machine picture when Make It Sew was built, as a surprise, and that's gorgeous. And then Jo, who I was talking about a minute ago from the Black Scissor Gang, she got me this, which is lovely, when I moved in. And then Nikki, who I talked about before, who's not well at the minute, hi. She got me this jigsaw for my birthday last year. And I mounted it and put it in this frame, but as you can see, it's slipped down, so I need to take it back out and fix it. This is my vision board, which has actually got stuff on it for a change. This is the kitchen area. So this is where refreshments are provided, and as you can see, the dishes haven't been done yet. And this is me. This is the tripod, so I'm having to carry it around. This dresser used to be in the kitchen and just fits perfectly in here. I could do with a better use for my books. But this is my lovely dresser, and then my lovely friend Corin made me this cross stitch which says Make It Sew. So thank you very much, Corin. And then I made myself some bunting when I quit my job to do this full time. I made this Make It Sew bunting, and when I quit my job, which was I think 5 years ago, 6 years ago in September, Make It So basically operated from the back of the living room, and I had Make It So bunting above the window at the back of the living room. And interestingly, for those of you that know James, my husband, he writes books and he's under the pen name JC Williams. He now is in where Make It So started. That's now his office, and that's where he writes most of his books from. So this is where it all happens. So this is the desk where most of the sewing happens. And that's us back to the beginning again. So I just thought you may or may not have wanted a little tour. So there's the tour. I really appreciate you watching this long. I'm going to actually call it a day there. I know that's only 20 minutes, but 20 minutes is fine. I'm actually getting a bit hoarse. I feel like I've literally not paused for breath. I think it's the excitement that it's worked. I'm assuming you can hear me. Nobody has messaged to say that there's no sound, which would be hysterical if I've just done 20 minutes of talking to nobody. So yes, thank you so much for watching my first live at 5 on YouTube for my 68 subscribers. So I doubled my numbers in like 6 weeks. So I wonder if in the next 6 weeks I'll double them again. So watch this space. So please like, subscribe, and share to any crafty people that you might know about Tea with Fee. Oh, this sounds good. Is it buffering, Denise? Because do you remember it used to buffer all the time? Hopefully it's working fine. And Denise, I hope you're feeling better. I'm sorry you've not been well. And I hope that you get better soon and you can get some crafty therapy and get a smile from making something, because you're so good at sewing, and I really think that it would be a shame if you didn't get back to your sewing machine. So I hope that you have a little go and give something a little bit of a make, just to make yourself feel a bit better. But anyway, love you. Thank you so much for watching. And somebody's given us a thumbs up. I don't know who that is. I'll find out later. I'm thinking it might be Denise. But thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate you tuning in, and maybe we will tune in again next time. So thank you. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week live at 5. Bye.